Hi, Meir Ezra here from Heaven in Israel, and I have one more tip for you. So, you have those people that talk to you and you have maybe a long conversation with them, and then they agree, and then the next day or the next week or the next month they change their mind. And they change their mind continuously, and the way that they change their mind is based on something that you did not discuss. It's not really what you talked about. So basically what they come up with is totally unpredictable. It's totally something that happened for them in their viewpoint. And the question, why is it happening? Is it good? Is it bad? And what's the handling? Well, the first thing is that it's really good to be able to change your mind. It's exceptionally good. But what's more important than that is to be able to continue on a given course. Once you make a decision, you need to be certain. You have to make a decision, and you need to agree, not because it's easy to agree, but because you agree. And if you agree, you take that decision. And as far as that agreement concerned, the agreement with that person, you don't change it one-sided, regardless of the price. This is really fascinating. It is not, you can and you should change your viewpoint as much as you want, but not once you agreed with another person. Once you agreed with another person, the only way for you to change what you agree with him is by agreement. Why? Otherwise, all the conversation in the universe are useless. Now, it happens a lot. I've seen that a lot between husband and wife. So the husband and the wife will talk, they will agree on something, and the husband will wake up in the morning, or the wife will wake up in the morning, and they will change their mind. That brings endless upset. Why? Because there is no stable datum. There is no way to build anything because the other side is not certain. He or she cannot continue on a given course. So what's the handling? The handling is quite fascinating, but before I get to the handling, there's one more nuance. Most of the arguments between husband and wife has to do with the past. It has nothing to do with right now. It has to do with the past, with what's going on right now, what it reminds them of, most of the arguments. And I suggest that any relationship will have an expiration date, a law that says that if you didn't handle it within a day or two or three or a week, it's gone. You are not allowed to bring it up. It's gone. If it's not handled, it's gone. And you say, but how? It's gone. You've got a day or two or three or four to handle any argument. And if you didn't handle that argument within that time, you have to agree that it's gone. Of course, you can decide to bring it up together, but generally it has to be gone, because otherwise you're never going to create. You're always going to keep handling the past, handling the past, handling the past. And what you're talking about in the past is always nonsense, because the more time go by, the more it looks to you and to the other side different, and what you deal with is lies and not actually what happened. So you have an expiration date, and if you did not handle it within the next day, 2, 3, a week maximum, you are not allowed to bring it back up, because if you will, it will just destroy. It will not improve anything, regardless of the amount of communication. Now, of course, there are exceptions, and you may decide that you want to bring something up, but you need to understand that once you open this Pandora box that's called the past, it is just problems. The only way to handle the past is to delete it. The only way to handle the past is to delete it. It happened, and that's the end of it. It has nothing to do with now. It happened, and that's it. It has nothing, zero, to do with now. And if you won't do that, if you will not agree with that simple, basic principle, you will not have a relationship. You will have a past relationship. Now, what do you do about those people that change their mind and cannot keep on a given course? How do you handle them? Well, the way to do that is to communicate with them and to come to an agreement that while you can change your viewpoint as much as you want, agreements you don't change one-sidedly. Agreements you change by agreement. And if you agree that with your husband, with your wife, with your children, with your partners, you will see that before they will agree, they will actually make sure that they agree. Your deterioration started the moment that you decided that it's easier to agree than to actually look and figure out the disagreement, or to figure out the upset, or to figure out what you want to do. When you decided it's easier to agree, you decided it's easier to agree with the current situation. So you don't create, so you deteriorate. Your wife says, well, you know, I'm really upset with what you've done. And you think, no, she has nothing to be upset of. She just doesn't understand. But you somehow want to make her happy, or you decided that it's easier to agree with her than to actually confront and handle the situation. You will see your relationship will deteriorate from now forward. So handle the situation as they're coming. Just whatever happened, handle. Never break the agreement that you make with someone else. Never, never, never. And keep on a given course, whatever it takes. There is no such thing as it's too much, it's too difficult. No, there's only I'm not willing to continue on a given course. That's all. Meir Ezra here from heaven. Bye-bye.